Hello, fellow budgeters. My name is Brandy, and you're watching From Debt to Dreams. And on this channel, we do cash stuffings, we pay off debt using a debt binder. We do expense tracking, and today we're doing a budget closeout for the month of February. February was a wonderful month financially because we got our tax return, and so we were able to pay off a debt. And I cannot wait to color in these things. So let's do that. But first, let's go over our expenses that we had and our budget. So for from January 31st to February 27th, which is the pay cycles that happened this time around for the month of February, our starting balance was $236.69. We had more earned income than this, but this is all we moved over into our checking account. This is just checking account stuff, okay? We had $8,270. Other income, we had $3,065.76, and we used $1,191 of our savings, which meant we have a total monthly inflow of $12,763.45. Now, here's how we did with our categories. For our household budget, we budgeted $2,221, and we spent $2,220.49. Groceries, we budgeted $1,200. We spent $1,185. Cars, we budgeted $400 and spent $540, and that we are over that because we decided to get an oil change, and I didn't put it in our budget. For our utilities, we budgeted $620 and ended up spending $550. Takeout, we budget nothing, and we ended up spending a little less than $250. Tithes, we budgeted $173, and we ended up tithing $351. Health, we budgeted $85 and ended up spending $126.55. Those were due to prescriptions and copays. Kids, we budgeted nothing and spent $24. Jason, we budgeted, that should say $40, not $20. So the numbers are going to be off down here, but that's okay. We budgeted $40 and he spent $108. We budgeted nothing for me and I spent $16. We did not pay any annual fees. For pets, we budgeted nothing because her pet food is in the grocery budget, and we end up spending $17.55. For savings, we budgeted $348 and ended up putting $1,191 into savings, which is interesting because we used that same amount. Weird. For debt, we budgeted $2,163 and ended up sending $5,753 to debt. A lot of that is us paying off a debt, and a lot of that also is me. We used the city credit card, and because I was lazy and I didn't feel like walking downstairs to get my debit card in order to pay for zoo camp registration for my children. So then I had to move the money from our savings account into our checking account, just like I would have if I used my debit card. And then I had to pay Citibank. It was so silly of me. I should not have done it that way. But anyway, that was only about $700. So still, we paid about $5,000 in debt this month, which is wonderful. For fun and entertainment, we only budgeted $57, but we spent $95. Celebrations, we budgeted nothing and spent $35. School, we budgeted $47, or school, we budgeted nothing to spend. We stuffed our envelopes, but I wasn't planning on spending anything, and ended up spending $47.33. And a lot of that was because I received field trip forms, and our field trips always cost money. For our debt binder, we put $250 in there. However, we used some of that debt binder money to pay a bill, and so I say that we only used $60. Now, I am trying really, really hard to figure out exactly how I want the debt binder stuff to look when it comes to this, because it's technically not savings, but it's also technically not debt. So like, that's why I have it listed as debt binder. And I put 60 here. I don't even know why I put 60 there, because maybe what I need to do at the end of every month, sorry, this is me verbally processing this maybe what I need to do is just, when I write in here, I need to write out how much money is left in the debt binder. But that wouldn't be accurate either, because sometimes that money is left over from previous months. Like I have a challenge in there that I've had in there from the very beginning of the debt binder. Anyway, I don't know what I'm going to do. So anyway, all that to say is, here we budgeted $7,537. That's wrong, because this is supposed to be 40, so that needs to be $20 more. $7,557, ended up spending $12,572.03. So when all is said and done, this number, the total monthly inflow minus your total expenses, should equal what your ending balance is. Now, when I do the 12,763 minus 12,572, you come up with $191.42. But our real ending balance was $187.42, which means I am under by $4, and I'm okay with that. That's like, just like I said in January, that's like the closest I've ever gotten. So, I want to go over the debt numbers, but for me, that's like more exciting to do when I can color it, right? And then we can just go over that. So let's pull out my binder, my debt binder, and let's do some coloring. I've already filled out these debt binder. Where am I? Okay, I've already filled out these debt trackers. Excuse me one second. So that we can move along quickly. And I have a little cheat sheet on how much I need to color in. So for Capital One, this is our focused debt. We made a payment of $251.29. So now our remaining balance is $500. So each of these little things it represents $9.07, and I get to color in 27 of them today. So here we go. 10, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. I'll be right back. Wish I had something to tell you while I was coloring all of this. I just don't have anything fun or new to say. Man, my coloring skills just amaze me every day. Yay! So there's that one. That's exciting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that makes sense. Okay. This one is my Care credit card. And my friends, this is the one that we paid off this month. This is the one we paid off. I am so excited. We get to write down actual payoff date, February 2025. We get to write down that we made a payment of $2,785.33, which means there is no remaining balance, which also means we get to write paid off. That is amazing. And we get to color in all of these little munchkins. So here we go. Oh man, I should have started singing like Candy at Stuff and Budgets does. I'm so thankful I picked the one with the black background so I wouldn't have to worry about like really coloring well. Yay! Oh my goodness. I am so excited. Paid off February 2025. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I'm so excited. Oh, yay. Okay. The next one is our Ashley Furniture bill that we did. We sent $45 as always, which means our next, our remaining balance is $691.95. Each of these is $9.17, and we get to color in 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll be right back. All right. Very exciting. The next one is rooms to go. We made an $83 payment and our remaining balance is $1,983.28. And we get to fill out 4 leaves. All right, that's 4. I'm really bad at coloring today. I'm too excited about paying off a debt. All right, this is our Visa credit card. We sent a $95 payment and now we are at $4,701.39, which means we get to fill out 1 little circle. So cute. All right, our personal loan. This is a loan that we had to take out so that we can replace the engine in our van. We made a payment of $258, which means we have $5,941.37 left. Each of these squares is worth $70, and I get to fill out 3 squares. Perfect. This one we don't get to color anything. This is our Costco credit card, our Citibank credit card. Unfortunately, I can't stop spending on it. So our balance remains higher than it was when I started my channel. And so we don't get to color anything. We did decide that since we are worried about my husband's job, and we just don't know what that's going to look like, since we just want to be really good stewards of the money that we do have. So after we finish paying off the the Capital One credit card, we will be working on attacking that Citi credit card because it is our highest balance. And because the interest on that is gross. And also, I guess it's not really our highest balance. It's our highest bill. And so, and the only reason why we are attacking Capital One first before going after Citi Card is because Capital One has 0 interest until I think July, maybe. And if we go to July, then all the interest will be on the card. So we're just trying to pay that off so that we don't have to pay any interest on that. Then we will focus on the Citi credit card because I'm really embarrassed by that. And just, I hate that. I hate it. All right. So here is our CarMax loan. We we made a payment of $325.06. And so now our balance is $14,849.62. So we get to fill in 1 square because each square is $159. And when I do the math, when I figure these out, sometimes it's like, well, that's 3.25 squares. And I'm just like, I'll get to that one another time. I don't want to do 1.5 squares or 1 8/10 of a square. I'm just going to wait till the next month to totally fill it in. This is my private student loan. We made a payment of $298.74. And so the remaining balance is $15,843.34. And we get to fill in 1 little book. Each doodle on here is $164. And so we really only get to fill in one of these books every other month. right now because we're just paying so much in interest. All right, this one, I added some new ones in there for our federal student loans because at first I wasn't counting them, but then I was like, I'm just making things harder on myself when I don't count them. So like, it wasn't, not that I wasn't counting them, but I wasn't tracking them. So now I've decided I'm going to start tracking them. And we were under that SAVE repayment program and that President Biden had tried to start up, which was a really great way for us to pay the loans off. But then all these court cases happened and all these things. And so right now we're under forbearance, which means there's no interest, and we could change it to a different income driven repayment plan. However, right now I don't have any interest. So I'm not going to change that because I don't want interest to be, and I could be completely wrong, and maybe they're going to retroactively add the interest on. Maybe I'm making a huge mistake. I cannot figure out the federal student loan system. I wish I never had taken out student loans. So if you have any insight on that, if you know about what the court cases are happening and if you understand what's going on, please let me know. If you think that I should be changing our stuff so that, please let me know. Or if I should keep it in forbearance, because I don't know. Right now I just don't have any interest on it. So I'm actually seeing the balance go down, which is like the first time ever. So I just kept making the payments that I was making before they stopped doing whatever they were doing. They stopped automatically taking them out and like put it on forbearance or whatever. So we sent $85 to my student loan, which means we have $22,398.76. And I found this is off of debt-free charts, just like all the rest of them are. And this has 400 leaves, which I thought, oh, that's a really good way to do it for this one because it's such a high loan that I'm not waiting forever to have to draw one. So if each leaf is $56, we sent $83, which means I get to fill in one leaf. And we're going to start up here. These are probably succulents, but I like doing one color a month and seeing like how many months it takes for each thing. And I need to get my pretty handwriting out. I don't have pretty handwriting, but I need to write what that is up there. So then the next one that my husband has, there's his student loan, right? And it's all one payment, but there's like 6 different loans. And so I was able to decide which loan I wanted it to go on, the money. And so I decided I wanted it to go on the one that has the highest balance so that when interest does kick in, that it won't be so high. I don't know. Maybe like I said, maybe I'm doing the wrong thing. So we sent a payment of $335 to this student loan, and so the remaining balance now is $16,372.83. So I'm using this cute little Monopoly board from Debt Free Charts, and we get to color in 2 of these right here. 2 little spaces. There are 100 spaces in this board, and I get to fill in 2 of those. Perfect. Okay, for our debt trust, this is for our mortgage, and the next one I can color in is when our mortgage balance is $279,711, and unfortunately we're so close, $279,926. So next month I'll get to color that in. But our total debt has moved to $429,888, which means I get to fill in this bad boy right here that, because this one I get to fill in when we have reached 432,994, and we have surpassed that, which is awesome. And next month, or the next one that's on here is $428,081. There's a good chance that we could fill this in next month. there's a good chance. Who knows? We might have to wait until April, but at least we get to fill out another one. Like, it's really cool to see that happening. Like, I just didn't, you just don't know. Like, for someone who has been in debt for a long time, it is so good to see the progress that you're making month by month by month. It's just so great. I don't know why I didn't do these coloring charts before. I probably would have done so much better. So anyway, there's that. So we're done with the debt binder. Oh my gosh, I've wanted to do that for so long. Oh, and I keep the ones that I've filled out, the one like this one we paid off in December. I've put this one in a page protector as kind of like motivation to go to the next one. So that's what that is, and I didn't even acknowledge it. Like, look, we've already paid off a debt. And then so then these two, I'm gonna take them out, and I will get to put those in a page protector. Do I have one in here? Oh, I have one. So you can do this with me. So that we can look at these and be a good motivation of like, hey, it's time to keep going. Eventually, all of these are going to be in a page protector, and we will get to know, we will get to remember we paid off our debt. That's amazing. So this one was $667 that we paid off, and this one started at $3,280. Like, perfect and beautiful. All right, now let's look at the details of the debt really carefully, really quickly, and then we'll wrap this up. So there, we went through all of those already. So on here though, what I don't do is I don't list out my husband's student loans individually. So all together, my husband's student loans is $67,517.96. Which just like, I just can't believe we ever thought that was a good idea. Okay, so in January of 2025, we paid $729 in interest. This month, we paid $679.86. So that jumped down quite a bit. So that's exciting. Our debt balance in January, our total debt balance was $434,000. Oh, why do I keep doing that? $434,221, and now we're at $429,888, which is like huge, which meant our total principal that we've paid off in February is $4,333.50. Like, huge. And then the last thing I'll go over with you is our monthly net worth tracker. I just do this for, I don't want to swear on camera. I just do this for poops and giggles. So because I know that we have more assets, I just don't like looking them up every single month. And I don't really, not that I don't care, because I do care about like our 401k balances and stuff like that, but it's not something that I'm like looking closely at right now. I'm really just worried about getting all this paid off. So, but last month, our net worth was negative $429,246. And now our net worth is negative $425,677, which means we increased our net worth by $3,568.73. We did that by paying off debt, and we did that by saving money. We made our liabilities go down, and we made our assets go up. So that's exciting. I hope that you enjoy these videos as much as I do. I love coloring in my debt trackers, and I really like looking at everything that I've got going on. Thank you so much for sticking around and watching this whole thing with me. I hope that you have a really, really, really wonderful day, and I will see you tomorrow with my weekly expense tracking video. Bye.